What's up, Ranger Nation? Can we get a Ninja Steel on the count of 3? 1, 2, 3, Ninja Steel. Oh, that's awesome. You guys feeling good today? 25 years, y'all. 25 years of Power Rangers, right? Who was there since day 1? Good, so I'm not the only old one here. Thank you very much, I appreciate that. This has been awesome, man. There's so many franchises that have come and gone or tried to reboot themselves or whatever else, but Power Rangers have been here since '93, and that is awesome, and it's all because of you guys. Give yourselves a round of applause for keeping this franchise strong. Awesome, man, and oh my gosh. This has been a crazy year for Power Rangers, right? We got the Hasbro thing going on. We got Legacy Wars. We got the television series. We came from the movie. We got Hyperforce. We got, I'm just saying, that was cool too. So many different things. And right now we got Super Ninja Steel about to happen on the stage right here. You guys excited? I think, let me just double check. I think we're ready to get this going. Are we ready to bring peoples out? Are we good? All right. You guys want to bring out the Super Ninja Steel cast? Then let's do it. Let's start it off with our Ninja Steel Red Ranger Brody, William Shewfelt. Give it up for William, y'all. Next up, we got Levi, the Ninja Steel Gold Ranger, Jordi Webber. Next up, we got Preston, the Ninja Steel Blue Ranger, Peter Sudarso. He looks like somebody else I know. Next up, we got Sarah, the Ninja Steel Pink Ranger, Chrysti Ane. After that, next up, we got Kelvin, the Ninja Steel Yellow Ranger, Nico Greetham. I'm gonna try to be cool about this next one because I might have a little bit of a... Next up, we got Haley, the Ninja Steel White Ranger, Zoe Robins. And last but certainly not least, we got the executive producer of Super Ninja Steel, Mr. Chip Lynn. Super Ninja Steel, everybody!
With the Ranger Zords completely destroyed,
what are we gonna do?
They'll need to harness brand new powers.
Ninja Blaze Megazord, ready!
See them team up with legendary Rangers. Find new supervillains.
The gloves are up! Rangers!
And take on an unexpected foe.
There's Mink. What's he doing?
Get ready for maximum action in a brand new Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel. Next Saturday at 12 on Nick.
That's right, the show comes back next Saturday. Make sure you guys tune into that on Nickelodeon. Now, what's really awesome having these guys here is that 2 years ago at Power Morphicon was when we were first introduced to this cast. Well, it was in Pasadena, I was gonna say right here, but at Power Morphicon, we got to see this cast for the first time, which was so awesome. So some of you are probably here for that event. So from that day to now, what has it been like being a Ranger, remembering that moment and then going into this experience? What was exciting about you and what was kind of unexpected during this journey?
Just
take it.
Take it away.
Yeah, go in.
Well, I wasn't here.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry.
was I.
One of you was missing, but we saw you later.
I mean, that was 2 years ago now, right?
Yeah.
It's so long ago, but it's been such a journey. I think we've all, gone through all the amazing moments with the fans, filming the show, working together as a team, as a family. So it's amazing to be here now, and then to be handing the torch off later today. So it's pretty cool.
I just want to say thank you guys so much, all of you guys, for coming out here. This is insane to be here as a Ranger with all of you guys here. In the past 2 years, no, you guys are freaking amazing. I love you guys, seriously. But you guys know that Rangers has been a part of my life forever, so the past 2 years have been super special to me. So thank you guys.
Anyone else want to share just an experience or something that was unexpected once you became a Ranger?
It's more so I remember 2 years actually putting on the suit to come out here, and I was shaking.
Yeah.
So nervous. We were holding each other's hand going, we're going to be okay, this is going to be great, this is going to be wonderful. And as soon as we stepped on the stage and got to meet you guys, it was home, Yeah.
Woo!
So I wasn't here, which is fine. I was in Atlanta, actually, teaching a dance job. Yeah, Atlanta. Woo! I get a call from my agent saying, hey, what are you doing for the next 9 months? And I was like, I'm not sure. What are you doing? And then he says, just stand by. And so I get a call that next Friday from Chip saying, hey, we need you to move to New Zealand right now. And I was like, well, I can't because I'm actually working in Atlanta. And he was like, okay, how about the next day? I was like, still working. He was like, how about the next day? I was like, well, I need to pack my bags. And he was like, fine, you have 3 days. I was like, okay, cool. So I worked for 2 days in Atlanta and then went back to LA for one night, packed my bags, and then met these beautiful humans that welcomed me. And I will admit, it was really scary flying to New Zealand, knowing that they'd known each other, that they'd had this whole experience with you guys already. But they were the most welcoming. Chip was awesome. Everyone was so loving and welcoming, I said it already, that it just felt like home. So anyway, thank you guys for being here. And I'm done talking.
Now, Chip, you've been a part of this for so long, and you've worked with so many different Rangers. So when you're always looking for new people to be part of this, what is something that you look for or saw in these cast members that made them feel Rangerly?
Well, auditioning to be a Ranger is a really tough task. I think everybody's come in like 4 or 5 times. There's lots of callbacks, and you have to do physical demonstrations. You have to be able to do various skills. And it's always a bit of a shock to see who is going to actually make it and who's not. Literally every season, Iris Hampton. Is Iris here? Iris, are you there anywhere? Iris! Oh, there. Is she there? Is that? No, that's not Iris. No. Well, we love you, Iris, wherever you are.
Waving.
I see a little hand.
Anyway, Iris is a sweetheart. She's been on the show almost as long as I have. And she goes through literally thousands of people. We look all around the entire globe. Because you never know where you're going to find somebody who has just the right everything we need. And then eventually, because there's so many different qualifications, as well as, of course, we always try to have a really diverse cast because that's what Power Rangers is. Power Rangers, we wanted to reflect the entire world. And so it is a bit of a trick. And at the end, we end up with, on our final days, the most exciting thing. The greatest part of the show is the casting, by the way. You get to meet the most wonderful, ambitious, excited young people. Well, compared to me, they're young people.
Iris, Jenna.
Iris.
These guys are the ones who do the magic.
Iris and Jenna back there, those guys are our casting team right there. Will you guys wave? Yay, we were just talking about you. And Adam. So they come in and everybody's excited. On what we do is we whittle it down to about maybe 20, 25 people, and we do what's called a mix and match on the very last day of casting. They all come in. They literally spend 8 or 10 hours on the last day They each do several different scenes. They do it with each other. They do it, under different situations. We give them direction. And at the very end, Iris and I are almost in tears because we really want to cast every single one of them to be a ranger, but it's impossible to do. And eventually we go to the network and we show all of our auditions. They choose who the cast is going to be. But it's a really tough thing to do. And these guys, I'm really proud of them, and I'm proud of all the other casts. They go from being a cast, somebody who comes into audition, to somebody who eventually is like a family member for me. And all these guys are that way. And so it's one of the greatest honors is to go through the casting process. And the sadness is that you can't have 25 Rangers, unfortunately. But it's really tough. These guys they're total Rangers.
I think we have another guest. Kelson Henderson. Mick is up here.
Kelson.
Welcome, Kelson.
The legend right there, guys.
Yes. So, Kelson, since we have you here, we were just talking about the legacy of Power Rangers and being a part of it. So how did it feel to be a part of this, as well as, we got to see you in that lovely red suit?
Yeah. That was a fun surprise. I've been associated with the show for a long time. So I really do know what it means to be red. So it was a true honor to get to wear the red spandex.
Yeah!
It was awesome. Thanks, Chip.
Yes, and it's an honor to see you back with us again. So as you can see, these guys, they're perfect in every way. They're great. They could never mess up. But sometimes they do. So
Doesn't sound good.
I believe we have a little bit of a blooper reel of our perfect Super Ninja Steel cast. Let's check it out.
Wait, we haven't seen this either, so please, we're
Can
gonna
someone
watch
record
this
it
too.
and send it to me?
Here we go.
Wait, they're getting ready. They're getting ready.
You look like a phone, and I'm gonna hang you up. It's morphin' time!
Oh my God! Buy a can or two.
Top secret formula.
Crushing evil with all my might to get a ninja steel. Never give up without a fight to get a ninja steel.
I freaked out when I saw what an awesome gift you got me. And I freaked out because I don't remember my line.
What's my line? We're to practice so we can all be better at what we're doing. We're to practice. What's the line?
Rangers, there's Buzz Kamek to... There is a bunch of... I think you're going to meet your... Sorry.
See, perfect every way. Even their bloopers are perfect.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man, so it seems like you guys have a lot of fun, even though I know it's a lot of hard work and everything. Seems like you have a good time on the set. I said it seems like you have a good time on the set, even though...
Maybe,
you have
maybe
no
too
idea.
much fun.
Yeah, we were kind of a wild group. Thank you, Chip, for putting up with us on
Poor
set. 'Cause
Chip.
we were honestly like so crazy. What you guys saw on there was like maybe what?
I'm gonna say
the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
What actually happened?
Yeah. Yeah, we were lucky because the crew, they were so patient with us, like for 8 months
They had
dealing
no
with
choice.
this. Like, I don't know how they did it.
We were a lot. There was so many different like pranks and like gags that we had running going on.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Lots of dancing also. We like
Lots
to
of
dance.
dancing.
Lots of costume
Show
ripping.
us.
Yeah, show us some dancing, Nico.
But we're getting off track. What did you? We're getting so off track.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, we had fun.
And you also filmed in New Zealand. So for the U.S. people, how did it feel to go over to New Zealand? And then for Jordi and Zoe, what was it like bringing these Americans over? And then what was it like coming over here and hanging out?
Well, I mean, Zoe and I were fortunate enough that we were filming in our home country. And we're biased. We love it. It's a beautiful place if you guys haven't been in New Zealand. But it was really cool for these guys to see our home and to share that with them. You know, like when there's a culture that hasn't seen our own culture, to be able to share that with them and see their excitement every day on set. Some of the locations that we've been to, some of the iconic ranges, places that you guys would have noticed in the episodes. It was just really cool to see them take in the beauty of our country and just to share that with them and to be part of that project. So I think that was wicked.
The quarry, the beauty of the quarry.
Yes,
Beauty of
the quarry.
Yeah.
That quarry.
It was definitely a big change, a big shock, but I think what made it not so hard on us, I guess, leaving home is just we created another family right here. I mean, from the very beginning, we all got along, and I knew that I can count on these guys for anything, you know. So, I love you guys. But yeah, that's what made it not so hard. I think is really having a family there. For me, I don't know about you.
So we would all spend time together, like outside of work, so much time. Yes. Weekends, y'all saw the shirtless gym selfies. Okay. Easy there. All right, and y'all. And I don't know if y'all knew, but so Nico and Caleb and I, we all lived together in an apartment, the 5A boys. So I got to know them really, really well. But honestly, we all did become a family, and it was so much fun filming. Yeah.
Yeah, and going to New Zealand, where almost everything Power Rangers is filmed, is like super cool. These guys know, like when we got to the quarry, I heard somebody say the quarry over there. When we got to the quarry, you guys know that quarry is used like for like everything Power Rangers, you know? So when we got there, I was like, it was insane being there, you know? It's just to see all the places where you've seen on TV, you've seen all these Rangers like show up out of nowhere, and you're like, whoa, I'm gonna show up out of nowhere. This is insane. Like you would get kicked out of like, I don't know, a juice bar or something and end up at the quarry, you know? It's like the craziest things. And that happened with us too.
But as far as the country goes itself, I highly recommend everyone go, but I feel lucky to have Jordi and Zoe and Kels show us around and take us to, you know, we went to Jordi's hometown and experienced the culture, and we stayed at his house with his family, and it was, you know, just so separate from the Auckland lifestyle that we lived. And then we got to go to Queenstown, which is the South Island, which was really nice. And then I took a trip to the North Island, and it is just the most magical country of all time, and I feel very fortunate that we got to go there and get paid to go there. It's so unfair. Yeah, but you guys should all check out New Zealand if you can. Highly recommend it.
The New Zealand Tourism Board thanks you.
Yeah.
This was a sponsored post.
And Kelson owns a restaurant in the heart of Auckland, Tony's Steakhouse, and that is also highly recommended.
One of the best places.
Ad.
The best steaks money can buy.
Free advertisement.
They should just make like a Power Rangers New Zealand tour at this point. Like hit all the locations, stop at dinner. That'd be really
They really should.
That's a good idea. Hold on.
So not only do we have Super Ninja Steel going on, but it's also going on during the 25th anniversary of Power Rangers. So Chip, having this legacy with Power Rangers, how did it feel to be the showrunner of Power Rangers for its 25th year?
I would gladly have let somebody else do it. It's a lot of work, right? You guys all know these crossover episodes, right? You bring in a bunch of different legacy people, and you got to round up all these costumes that you haven't seen in decades. So we had to find the costumes and the people, and you know, it's a real challenge. But it was really fun because luckily I've been on the show long enough that I know a lot of the Rangers and they're friends of mine, and it's really fun to have your old friends meet your new friends and everybody get to hang out and get along so well.
And for the cast, do you have any favorite like seasons or characters from Power Rangers that if you could have your characters team up with?
And cue Peter.
Probably Mystic Force for me. Or Hyperforce.
I would say any character Kelson has played on the show.
I was about to say that.
You've got options.
I'll probably just say every Gold Ranger that ever existed. I think that'd be a pretty badass team.
Gold. I thought you said girl.
I thought he said every girl ranger who had ever.
Well, that too.
We don't have the budget for that.
Awesome. Well, on Power Rangers Day, which is August 28th, there is... Yes.
What? Wait, there's a day?
Yes, we have a day, y'all. We have a holiday. So call in sick. Tell you got the morphin flu. You got to stay home. But yes, Power Rangers Day, August 28th. So they're actually showing a primetime special of Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel on the 28th. Wow. You've probably seen like a couple of images, a couple of things out there. But Chip, we're at Morphicon. I feel like we got to give them something more. Is that possible? Is it possible? Should we show them a little something, maybe? Want to show a little clip? I think we got a clip to show you guys.
Saturday the 25th, Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel is all new. Rangers together. And next Tuesday the 28th, get ready for a Power Rangers special.
Power Rangers must be defeated.
Where 6 heroes go up against an army of Ranger clones.
No one can stop me now.
They'll need the help of some legends to take them down.
Now that is what I call Ranger power.
Don't miss a Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel special at a special time. Next Tuesday the 28th at 8 on NEC.
Wow. Okay. I'm gonna see if I can use some of that Preston magic here. There's a shot that was in there that went by really fast. Is there any way I can like magically freeze frame that one shot? Let's see if we can do it. There it is.
Our secret is out.
So Ranger Nation, what do you think? Is that a good team up? You think that's pretty good?
I love it.
So of course I have to ask you guys, how was it to have this anniversary special being filmed, working with these legacy Rangers? What was that experience like for you guys?
It's kind of overwhelming, like seeing that. I'm just so excited. It's still, I think for Jordi and I especially, like in New Zealand, Power Rangers was banned for 10 years because of the violence. So we didn't really grow up with it like you guys, and just seeing all of you here, seeing what it means to you, it's so special. It really is special.
And on the back of that, on the back of what Zoe was saying, I think even though we didn't grow up with it a whole lot, I remember when it first came on, my older brother, that was his vibe, and I couldn't really cosplay and dress up because he'd beat me up. But you know, like it was really powerful, that first morph we did. As you see in that photo right there, like obviously us Ninja Steel cast were in front of them, but to hear the morph come and all of us do it together, just to hear them behind us was just like, holy dang! Like it was so much. There was so much power in it, and it felt so special. So I can't wait to see what it looks like for you guys when it's all put together and you guys finally see that.
Yeah, the director, when he said, everybody, hit your pose. And instead of doing it, I kind of just turned around and watched.
That's the truth. She did actually do that.
really
We had to
did.
redo the
I
whole
was
take
like,
because
that was cool.
Cool. Well, like I said, you can see that primetime special on August 28th. Make sure you tune into that to Nickelodeon. It's going to be a lot of fun. So we have this opportunity here with this cast. I think we should try to open up for a little Q&A. Let's do some Q&A. I think we got maybe some mics or something set up. So, all right, couple rules. One question. Keep it short, keep it brief, and let's be rangerly with those questions as well. So please respect the people we have up here and be kind and be nice, as I know all of us can be here at Morphicon, all right? So let's start with our first question. Go for it.
Hey there, everyone. James, nice to meet y'all. Nico actually met you once at a Tender Greens, and you were beyond amazing and nice.
Yes, Tender Greens, I love it.
So thank you for that. But Nico and Chrysti, I know y'all are dancers, so what would be your favorite song to dance to? Just like whatever kind of dance. If it's
Oh
just
my
chill dance.
goodness.
Whoa.
Wow.
Show them, Nico. Show them.
Sorry, I know we're supposed to keep it short and brief. It depends on the
genre.
Yeah, on the genre, on the mood, on the everything. Chris, you're gonna have to go. I don't know.
I don't know. Honestly, if it's contemporary, like something like Olafur Arnold's. Do you know who he is?
Yeah, he's great. Or
Amazing.
like Celine Dion, if you're like really upset.
Oh my gosh,
Or anything on the radio. No. I take that back.
Depends on the mood.
Yeah, that's the hardest question I've ever been asked. Also, I really like your pink situation.
Me
You look
too.
great. So, yeah.
Thank you.
I can tweet you once I think about it.
Next up.
Hello. This one's for the girls. I actually had a question, I asked the same question of Super Mega Force, and it was, were you guys expecting to be the Rangers you were expecting to be, or did one want to be white and the other one wanted to be pink kind of thing, or were you happy with that?
Funny story. I always talk about this when Chip called me and said I booked the job. I was really happy, right? But the first thing I asked is, but what color am I? And as soon as I said pink, I was like, yes! Okay. So yes, I did want to be pink. Zoe?
I was just actually grateful to be a ranger.
Oh, wow!
Good answer.
I love you. All right, cool.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Hello there. This question's for.
That was cool.
That's gonna be all weekend. Okay. This question's for the whole cast. When you guys found out that Kelson was going to be another red Ninja Steel Ranger, were you guys surprised?
Dope.
I flipped out because I've seen this guy since I was a kid, and I was like, man, I know that he's. Well, I saw from him first as Boom, and I was like, oh, he's always wanted to be a ranger. Yeah, SPD.
Boom finally became a ranger.
So when I heard that he was going to be, actually, I don't know if I found out before you.
You found out before me.
I did,
You were
yeah.
like going, oh, dude, I know.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm like, what? Oh, I can't tell you, but I know it's gonna be so cool. I'm like,
Yeah,
what?
so I flipped out. That's exactly the reaction. What he just did, that's how I reacted to him being a ranger with us.
I remember, Kelson and I would share dessert, and we would eat dessert all the time. And then he stopped sharing dessert with me, and I was like, Kels, why aren't you eating this brownie with me? And he was like, I can't really tell you, but I might have to wear something that will be tight. And I was like, okay. And then on set, he's in a Red Ranger, so it's really exciting. And then we ate brownies after that. So.
I'm older than you. I got a different metabolism. You guys were thin no matter what.
Actually, how did you feel, Kelson? Getting the front of the red.
Again, like I said at the beginning, I kind of know what it means to be red, so it was. I mean, I was terrified because I had to go into spandex, but I knew what an honor it was. So, yeah, absolutely psyched.
Yeah.
Beyond words, but yeah.
Can I just?
It was so awesome.
So just one quick thing about Kelson. This guy, I'm gonna drop some secrets here. No, I'm kidding. So Kelson is honestly, like on set, one of the most amazing people I've ever worked with, ever seen on set. Such a professional, so fun, lovely guy. Honestly, lovely guy. Like I was amazed working with him. Didn't know him before, so you can stop crying. No, but you're incredible. And my dad is a huge fan of Kelson too. So Kelson would do videos for my dad, which is totally cool. And I think my dad's somewhere here. Dad, where are you? Can you stand up real quick? Where are you, Pops?
Back left.
Hey!
Mr. Shewfelt.
Mr. Shewfelt, the man himself. All right, I had to do that, but I love you, man.
Okay, next.
Hi, everyone. I wanted to mention this real quick. I've been thoroughly enjoying Ninja Steel, especially from all the Rangers, including Chip, with the writing and everything. It basically just helped me with a bad emotional spot in my life when I got kicked out of my house last year and such like that. So I just wanted to say to all the Rangers here included, and even Andre for that matter, thank you for basically keeping a smile on my face.
Thank you. That means a lot to us. Thank you.
We love you. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Honestly, and I say this all the time, but we wouldn't be here if you guys weren't here.
That's so
If
true.
you guys didn't support Rangers as much as you guys do, we wouldn't have something to put out for you guys. So it's all thanks to you guys.
Hello, Ninja Steel cast. I have this question of mine I've been wanting to ask for the whole cast. Like, out of all the episodes you've been filming together, what episode do you enjoy making the most?
Oh my goodness, that's the hardest
Of the ones that have aired.
Right.
Right.
All the ones that have aired.
Oh, so we can't talk about the one with the...
Right. Good one. That's good.
I like the one where me and Kelvin were lying to Haley. That one was like probably one of my favorite ones. I know it sounds terrible, but he learned his lesson, so it's okay.
I did. Yeah. Well, thanks anyway. You always make a smile on my face, and I'm glad you guys are around. I've been a big fan for 6 years, and hopefully you will for the rest of my life. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you. Did anyone else have any favorite episodes or favorite moments that they can speak of?
Well, I think we have one that we probably can't talk about, so that's coming. It's really good. This season is so good, guys. I had a lot of fun doing the Shakespeare one with you, Pete. That was really fun.
She was cheating on me? I remember that.
She wasn't cheating on you. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That one aired,
The ones
Peter.
that
You're
you
good.
guys ran for president too of our school where we got to throw stuff at each other was really fun. Where we got to throw cupcakes at each other.
I'm gonna chime in and say one about me and Will. We love the brother one where we found out that we're brothers. That's probably one of our favorite ones. And obviously the reunion episode because we got to work with some legends out there, but we can't talk too much about that.
I would like to, on behalf of everyone sitting in this room, I would like to thank every single one of you panelists for coming to the convention and taking the time to be in this panel. Even you, Andre.
Hey, he's a Ranger too, guys.
I would have dressed up as Preston as a backup costume for what I'm wearing right now. First, it's also great to see Coda coming back. I know we're having that crossover episode coming soon, but hypothetically, if there was another crossover episode with the Equation Ninja Rangers and the Ninja Steel Rangers, because much like Dino Charge being the third Dino team, you guys are the third Ninja team. What kind of things would you like to see in that hypothetical crossover episode?
I would love to find out that like Blake is related to Preston. That'd be really, really cool. But I don't know.
There you go.
I second that.
Or like, I don't know, just like cool ninja stuff together would be just really fun to see. Even if like they didn't have any like relations, just to see them all on like the same screen would be really cool for me.
Hi guys, my name's Russell.
What's up, dude?
What's up? This question's for Chip.
I know with writing for Power Rangers and creating a show for Power Rangers for a network like Nickelodeon, it's very specific for a demographic. And I wanted to know what kind of things you wanted to do, but you couldn't.
What we wanted to do. Oh my God!
Chip, do you want to?
So, Russell, you're trying to get me into trouble, aren't you? Look, I mean, we all love our show, but the tricky thing about writing for Power Rangers is that we have to please the kids that you guys were 20 years ago, right? Little 4 to 8-year-old kids, because we all want that young audience to be learning and watching our show, right? That's why we really write it. But at the same time, we have fans who are older who we also want to please, who want to watch Star Trek, right? And Star Wars. And so back in the days that we wrote, Lightspeed Rescue, Power Rangers Time Force, those were at In Space. Those were shows that we kind of had lost our way, in my opinion, a little bit because we didn't have too much humor. But also, it was enjoyable because it was something that I really enjoyed writing without that much humor. But when I returned to Saban, Haim very, well, not so gently, but gently reminded me that we need to have the humor there to make sure that our young kids are, really having a good time watching the show. And that's, so on one hand, I really enjoy the humor. I think that Chris and Caleb, who did it this season, were fantastic.
Yes.
They were really great. But at the same time, to answer your question, Russell, I really enjoy also writing, Power Rangers in Space, Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue, all those shows that were a little more serious. So, I'm torn between the two of them.
Thank you.
Sure, thank you.
Next up. Hi guys, my name is Clement, and this question hey, this question goes to Peter Sudarso.
What's up, dude?
I've been following you since when you were in YouTube. You know the Just Kidding films with Bart Kwon and JoJo. I remember you from the Korean Teachers in America, like that. But you've done something so meaningful for me and my brother. Like, oh man,
I'm gonna come down.
It means so much.
Every year there's something like this that happens, and it's my heart.
I wish my brother is here with me right now. And ever since he showed me you on YouTube, and how does it feel like to make history, to be the first brothers, the real life brothers who are in the Power Rangers, like the Dino Charge and the Ninja Steel, the first time in Power Ranger history to become real brothers and real Power Rangers. What does it feel like?
It's an honor. I mean, more than anything, it's an honor. To even be a Power Ranger itself is an honor. I don't really think about the brother aspect all that much, just because it's just mind blowing to me that. I mean, I don't know if everybody, but I, as a kid, wanted to be a Power Ranger growing up. So this itself was a dream. To be able to do that with my brother, and as you could see on the screen, obviously
Yes.
we got to play the roles together. It's unreal. It's something that I'm going to be eternally grateful for, and something that I'm never going to forget, ever. But yeah, I don't know how to answer that, man. It's just, there's so much emotion. It's really great. But thank you to Chip for giving us that opportunity to be able to do that together.
And Iris. Thank you, Iris.
And Iris, yes. And Saban and anybody who was involved.
Thank you so much.
Iris has been with me since the very beginning, so she's helped support me through all of it, even consoling me through the rejections and everything. So.
All right. Thank you, Peter.
No, thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, if they ever did one of those like Watch Mojo top 10 Power Morphicon moments, I think Yoshi revealing you the last one is definitely.
That was all Chip's master plan. He made me go through so many emotions just to get that for you guys. So that you have him to thank for that.
So you know that 4 years ago, he came in with his brother to cast, and his brother got the part in Dino Charge. And then 2 years ago, he came in and he went through the whole casting process, And eventually we decided that we would use him, but I kind of like to call people and tell them that they got the role sometimes. So first I called his brother, and they were on the same job working together, and I called his brother and I said, your brother didn't get the job. I told that to Yoshi. And Yoshi's like, oh my God, he's going to be so upset. Oh my God, I don't know what to do. And I said, but don't tell him, let me tell him. So anyway, so I called him later that night, and he was on his way driving home. And he already knew that he hadn't got the job, but he was so upset, and he pulled over.
Well, he actually called me first to tell me that I didn't get the job.
Right.
That's how it went first. He was like, "Hi, Peter, by the way, you did not get the job."
So they were together, and they both believed he didn't get the job, and he was really upset, but I wanted to call later to explain to him what happened. So I call him, it's midnight, I tell him to pull over, and he's practically in tears, and I said, look, now pull over. He goes, no, you don't have to, don't worry, you don't have to do this. I said, please, Peter, pull over. So he pulls over. I said, now, Peter, listen very carefully. You got the job. And he's like, what? I said, you got the job.
That's not exactly
and he just literally,
word for word, we can't say it here.
So he broke into tears. Can I tell him that?
Yeah,
and
sure. I did.
Tears.
I really did.
And I had to sit there, and I was writing a script, so I went and wrote a couple more scenes while he finished crying.
Okay, wait, first of all, you guys, if you guys do know, like, the journey that I've gone through with this whole thing, you guys understand how much I've wanted this. Like, this is more than just a lifelong dream. And when he told me that I didn't get it, of course it broke my heart, you know?
So for months, I made him promise he wouldn't tell Yoshi, and that somehow we would figure out how to do it on the stage and tell his brother. So for months, we kept the secret. Everybody at Saban kept the secret. And Yoshi showed up here not knowing. And then he had that little envelope to read, and you know, I was sitting in the audience thinking, don't read it, don't look. And sure enough, then it came his turn to read it, and it was really wonderful to see his reaction. So it was great.
So thank you, Chip, for breaking my heart for a good surprise.
See, that's why it's good to keep some secrets when things in Power Rangers until everyone reveals it at once. Just saying.
Hey y'all, my name is Austin, and before I even ask my question, I just want to tell you how much of an amazing privilege it is just to meet you guys and talk to you. All 9, I think? Yeah, all 9 of you on the stage right now. And I know you guys are actors, and speaking as an actor myself, I know y'all act crazy a lot. And you even said yourself that you pull a lot of pranks, so what I want to know is, who is the goofball or the prankster out of the cast? Uh-oh.
Wait, what? No, me?
Who's the troublemaker?
No
you could dare Peter to do just about
Yes, Peter. No.
That's gotta be Chrysti or Nico.
If it makes you feel any better, I thought it was Chrysti.
What? I don't. The most I do is like I tap people on their shoulder.
No. The pranks. Peter, you would try to sneak and grab everybody.
Might be a lot There are kids.
Wait, no.
Oh, that's what we're talking
yes,
about.
jeez. If you had your phone in your back pocket, he would always try to sneak it out of there and watch you freak out about where's your phone? Never worked with me, but he did it quite a few times. He's the one with his other pranks. Can't talk about that one.
I don't think it's me.
It's him.
If you ever ask anybody who's the prankster and the first thing they go is, what? No, me? No. They're usually the one.
Good question. All right, thanks you guys. You guys are amazing. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you.
All right, next up.
All right, my name is Brandon. First of all, Chip, I just want to say thank you so much for coming here and like doing Power Rangers here in Anaheim, because as a kid, I got made fun of for watching Power Rangers. I think pretty much all of us did, but now we can say 25 years later, it's going strong. And my question for all of you guys is, I know acting might be really hard, like you said, but what was the most difficult thing on set that you guys had to do for for an episode or whatever?
Being quiet.
Most difficult thing to do on set.
Being quiet, probably. Sorry, Chip. Love you.
The ninja suits.
Oh,
boy.
Yeah, there it is.
They're like made of rubber and we're supposed to fight on them, but you can't move. So it's like
Nico ripped.
Nico's
his,
ripped like
so
4 of
many
them.
costumes, but because he's too busy like dropping it low.
What can I say? I would say that was probably the hardest thing for me was to keep my costumes intact. And honestly, not even just ripping the crotch area because I would drop it low, as they say.
Yes, you would.
I would also spill the brownies at a meeting with Kelson on my shirt, or like, the water all over my face, or whatever it is. So I was a mess. Sorry.
Yeah, the training suits definitely were very hot. It's like a wetsuit, but like with parts on top of that. So fighting and being out in the hot sun was definitely like as soon as we were done, we started like taking it off and like just sitting down like we were melting. But it was great.
Yeah, that's definitely the same thing for me too. It's probably the hardest.
I'll say something about the time as well. I'm not sure if you guys know much about the times that we had to get up. We'd be up at 4 a.m., 4:30 a.m. most days, and get home at 8 p.m. So some pretty long days. So just to let you guys in on that, it would probably the energy as well. Like we're pretty crazy on set. Like naturally, when we're all together, we're pretty crazy. But there were some days where we'd just be like, like doing that 5-6 days a week. So. I'll just throw that in there.
Peter and I would scarf down our lunch so we could go back to the trailers and sleep for the rest of lunch.
That is true. We would literally race to it every day.
We would look at each other eating and see who could eat faster to get back to sleep. Yeah.
All right, got a couple more questions left.
Hi. This is pretty much a question for every single one of you. I pretty much ask the exact same question every panel. How do you all feel from fans meeting all over the crossover from China, Russia, Germany, just to meet all of you? Just like, how do you all feel when this fan just tells you, saying, I came all the way just for you?
Dude, thank you. That's just how I feel. Thank you.
Yeah. It's...
I think it's incredible that we even have this con for Power Rangers. To be able to meet you guys, this is I don't know if you guys know this, but like as a Power Ranger, we don't like get people coming up to us and like, hey, what's up? You're a Power Ranger. That doesn't really happen. So like being here, and I was telling Jordi earlier today, it's like it feels nice. It feels nice to be appreciated, and the fact that you guys would come from a different part of the world, that just blows my mind. It's like at the end of the day, we're just us, but you guys are all here for this whole thing, and it's an amazing feeling. So thank you.
Thank you.
No one else has anything to add to that?
Well,
you go first.
It's surreal. I don't think for me it's ever gonna feel normal. Like it really does mean the world to hear that you guys care, because we care. So, yeah.
Yeah, and just like it's really humbling to see, because we do our work. We were in New Zealand for 8 months, and like Jordi said, we had long days, and then we get back and we go on with our lives. But then there's social media, and so we kind of have you guys reach out through social media. But that's it's hard to read that, and then when there's faces to all those usernames, and you guys are flying from wherever you're flying from just to see us, because this con is just for Power Rangers. It is so humbling, and I don't even think we know how to properly process the gratitude that we have for you guys. It's thank you. Yeah, it's crazy.
I think, because I was out here 2007, so watching how much the fandom has grown is amazing. And I think realizing how much you care makes us care more too. We know that you're watching every detail, so we constantly try and lift our game to make sure that that you people are watching all the little details or are getting little treats. Pete,
yeah, we actually
Pete was
threw
great
in,
at
like,
reminding
so
me
many.
of that, because being such a fan, it's reminded us on set. It's like, that's right, they're watching, they're caring. Let's do more. Let's go 110%. So without you guys caring so much, the show wouldn't be what it is. So
yeah,
thank you.
All right, our last question here.
Hello.
question is for all the castmates. How's your reaction when you find out Legendary Rangers were coming back for the 10th episode of Super Ninja Steel? And also, can we hear the morph afterwards?
Oh, wow. Hear the morph.
I think the first thing we were thinking of, like when we heard there was going to be a reunion, I think we're all like, who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Because, I mean, I was only familiar really with the first, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and I was just like, dang, I bet my brother would be jealous if I got to work alongside Jason David Frank.
Yeah.
And he was.
And speaking of the legacy of Power Rangers, as these episodes air and we start to wrap up, you guys are going to be Legacy Rangers yourselves. So what kind of, I guess, like advice or forward-thinking thoughts you would have for anyone coming into Power Rangers after you guys?
Ooh, is it getting to that point?
Okay.
I think. So this is for future Rangers.
Yeah, just any general pieces of advice for.
There are a couple things that are really unique about being a Power Ranger. One is the fandom. You guys are completely unique and different, and there's so much love between you and the cast. So I would say definitely give back as much as you can. Every opportunity you have to give back, whether that's at conventions or if you can go to hospitals or if you can do something on YouTube or social media, just some way to give attention back to the fans and love, that's a huge one. And then the second thing is to just give it, yeah, exactly like you said, Kelson, give it 110% when you're there. Because when you're in it, when you're, it's 9 months and you're working every single day, you can sometimes get lost in the process and the routine of it. Yeah. So just to step out, say, this is going to be done pretty soon, so I need to give this thing every single thing I have, all of my energy, passion, heart, and I would say that's probably it, yeah.
Yeah, that's weird that we're Legacy Rangers soon. That's crazy.
Cool.
I would just add on to what Will was saying, and I would pretty much just hop onto the same thing. Never lose your love for it, because it does get like, as you're going on, being a Power Ranger is very different from any acting jobs that I've ever done. You guys are, if anything, the most passionate bunch of people I have ever met in my life. Like, seriously. But that's a good and it's a bad thing online, because sometimes, like, when we were doing it, the first season, we weren't airing yet. We didn't have anything to worry about. Yeah. Once we started filming the second season, that's when the show started coming out. And then I guess my advice for like incoming Rangers is try not to worry about the hate, because the hate will come. And
Peter always told me when I would read the forums, he would say,
I would
"Stop.
slap her hand. I'd be like, no.
Stay away.
No,
Stay away.
don't. Ranger crew and Ranger board will get you in a dark place. It really will. It will. As an actor, I'm just telling the truth. But that's the thing about it too, is like you can't forget why you're there. You can't lose the love for it. And when you're in it and people are telling you, you suck, and then also you're grueling on for like 14 hours a day, you start to believe it. Like it starts to get to you and it's like, man, it's hard. But like Will said, if you just have the love for it, and if you do exactly like what Kelson said, just keep pounding and go 110%, you'll thank yourself later in the end.
It's true.
Now, you guys are all the good ones. I know that for sure, right? Right? Yeah? Yeah. Yeah, sure. I know. Where are you now?
Well, this is an amazing cast. Let's give them a big round of applause again. Super Ninja Steel.
One more thing
Yeah.
for any future Rangers, welcome to the family.
Yeah, welcome to the family. Woo.
It's so great to see you all. I met some of you individually, but seeing you all together here you're just an amazing team, an amazing group, and it's been so great to talk to you guys, and it's been wonderful. And Chip's always good to see you here, and this has been a blast. I'm glad you guys came here, and thank you all for being a part of this.
Thank you.
So thanks for coming out. I appreciate it. You all have been really nice.
No.
I can't even trick you guys. Come on.
We know.
We know what's happening now.
You're too clever, Ranger Nation. You're too clever. I believe we have a clip of, if I'm not mistaken, for Beast Morphers. Yeah. So let's show that right now.
Earth has been at peace for several years. Scientists have created technology to harness the power of the Morphin Grid. But the tech is corrupted by Evox, an evil virus. Only one force can stop him. The Power Rangers.
It's morphin' time!
By mixing morphin grid energy with animal DNA, they create new powerful morphers.
Activate!
Advanced weaponry. Robotic defenders. Dynamic Zords. And mighty Megazords. Let the cyber battle begin. Power Rangers Beast Morphers. In 2019.
Peter.
That was awesome, right? So cool, so cool, so cool. Well, you know, with new Rangers, you know that means a new team. I think they might be here. So we're gonna do this Oscar style. I believe we have some envelopes in front of our Rangers here. So we're gonna do this. I promise you, La La Land is not in any of them. So, Chrysti and Peter, would you like to go first?
We would love to go
It would be an honor. And your Blue Ranger is
Jazz Badu Walia.
All right, Zoe and Nico, would you like to reveal our next Ranger?
Yeah. And your yellow ranger is?
Jackie Sislowski.
And finally, Jordi and William, would you like to reveal our last Ranger for today?
Are y'all ready for this? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, and the Red Ranger is...
Drum roll.
Rory D. Thomas!
Ranger Nation, we present to you Power Rangers Beast Morpher! That's right, we got the Power Rangers Beast Morphers.
So much.
And you can see these guys, spring 2019. Beast Morphers will premiere. So Ranger Nation, once again, let's welcome these new Rangers. Give them some love.